Well, hello, chickadees. This is Mama Hen coming to you live from Command Central. I just wanted to jump on here this morning a little bit and try to introduce myself. I'm Kim. I'm your association director, your accountability partner, your advisor and encourager in all things homeschool related. And I know I didn't announce this before I got started. I just thought you could watch the replay if you don't catch me live. So you can make your comments as well underneath there. And if I don't catch any of your comments, if you have questions as we're going along, please feel free to ask some more things. But I just feel like it's really important right now to kind of connect with you on a heart-to-heart kind of a level. A lot of people come to homeschooling with a preconceived idea that I'm the person that you have to prove all your homeschooling records to, and is it good enough, and am I doing a good enough job? I'm really here to just remind you that the law has some record-keeping requirements for you, and I will go over a lot of that stuff in another video pretty soon. So we'll schedule that so more people have a chance to watch that one live as well. But this one I want to talk about sort of how we are as we emotionally as we come into this school year. A lot of people are really struggling with pandemic fatigue, and I can tell because of the amount of records that are coming and going. I've literally had people register for homeschooling and withdraw on the same day because you're on the fence and you don't know what's going on. And so I want to help you sort through whatever the personal things are that are going on with you. And as I've been getting records requests and then people didn't turn in the records, I have to track them down and talk to the members that are leaving the association, trying to re-enroll in school now, and find out what's going on in their lives and try to help assist them in transferring. And there's a lot of things going on, people. So I just want you to know that I am here for you. I care about all the things, not just how your education is progressing, but how are you holding up, you and your kids. Those things matter, and they affect how your education goes too. So we're getting people that come from the public school and they've been full of anxiety and stress about what to do. And sometimes people are going the other way because homeschooling created a whole stressful environment. And so just with the way the world is, I just wanted to reach out to you guys and say, I am here. I would love to talk to you. Don't struggle on your own. And then me find out why you had to leave homeschooling was because of all these struggles that we maybe could have helped offer some resources and at least encouragement so you're not alone as you go through these things. So a quick introduction about me, I thought would maybe also help alleviate some of that distance that happens sometimes because I am your accountability partner. And we could, like I said, people come in with the idea that somehow I'm watching you, and that if you have a bad day or you're going to mess up, that somehow you're going to get in trouble with me. And that is not at all what I'm about. I do want the best for us, but I want to encourage you how to get back on track. That's when you're off track and you feel like you're going to get in trouble from me. That's just not me. I'm not like that. So I am Kim. I have been homeschooling. I homeschooled my kids all the way through. I've been in the homeschooling world for a really long time, about since the dinosaurs roamed the earth, I feel like. But anyway, I have graduated 2 of my kids all the way through. They both graduated. One is actually in public education now. She's going into her 5th year as a public school teacher. My husband is also a public educator, and I feel like it's about 30 years he's been in it now. And then my son is in grad school and doing an internship and working towards a grad degree in engineering. And then my youngest, we ended up putting her into public school when she was in 3rd grade, partly because I struggled on my own and didn't realize that there was more support for me around. Although maybe at that time there wasn't as much support for the issues that I was having. And so, but she went into public school and she ended up graduating from public school. So I have a variety of experiences to walk with you through this. And I have helped hundreds, I am pretty sure hundreds of graduates from homeschooling. And I have taken them from failing situations in public school, where I had one girl that was like a junior. She was supposed to be a junior, but she had failed freshman English 3 times because of medical absences, and the school kept failing her because of just excessive absences, not really because she couldn't do the work, but because of their policies about absences. And we were able to take her and get her caught up, and she was able to accelerate all of the credits that she needed and actually get completed in time to graduate with the cohort that she was supposed to graduate with. So, and then we've had just lots of kids with special needs, that the school system wasn't working for them. You know, families that have custody issues going on. We've even had some families with some major medical health issues, traveling, just all kinds of things that are going on in your lives. We actually have had a few deaths as well. We actually had a couple of homeschool mamas that have passed this year. And so it's been a pretty heavy year for a lot of people. And I want to be part of helping support you mentally and emotionally. And as much as I can, I will go the extra mile for you, but I have to know what's going on. And so I just want to kind of pull the curtain back on that Wizard of Oz that's behind the curtain, and just let you hear from my heart how much I really, really care about each and every member who's chosen SC Top, and the homeschooling community in general. You know, how we are doing matters to me. And so I also know, myself well enough that I come off at times as somewhat abrupt and direct. I'm tenacious and passionate about homeschooling, and sometimes I worry that I'm a little bit of a know-it-all because of how much I do know. I'm like, people are just like, oh, her again. And I can be everywhere. I'm in a lot of the groups. I show up at a lot of the things. And so if you have a beef with me, please let me know what it is that I have rubbed you the wrong way about, because I am aware of those tendencies in myself. It's not news to me, and it won't hurt my feelings if you say, you know what you said kind of was mean. It hurt my feelings, because that is not where my heart is. So I definitely want to be you know, a comfort and a source of encouragement for every single one of you. But I do want to also cover some of the areas that end up being a little bit of a communication between us. And so that can help you as you move forward to understanding, you know, some of the things that may come off a little bit more abrupt than you were hoping for. One is that I do prioritize things. And so this summer has been super busy. And we have grown a lot. Our membership numbers have grown a lot. And I put a lot of pressure on myself to trying to be really quick at answering things. But if things have not been responded to quick enough for you, it's probably because you got prioritized. And then if I got to your question and then felt abrupt about it, again, it was probably just because I'm in a flurry of trying to be efficient about things, and it's not meant to brush you off. So if you felt brushed off, please come back and ask me again and say, what you said hurt my feelings. Did you mean to be so abrupt with me? I don't mean to be abrupt. It's meant to be efficient. And I am also a little bit distracted sometimes by shiny things, and I'm on to the next thing. So So I mean, give me give me a little bit of hint if I say things to you. But the priorities, like I said, school requests have been a huge priority this summer. The schools are requesting records and placement recommendations for students who are leaving homeschool and going back into public school, and we help format those things for the members so that, I mean, even though you're really the legal person who's responsible for it, the schools don't recognize it that way. So we speak office to office and try to smooth that transition for you. And so the records requests become a real high priority for me. We also, like I said, had some very serious situations where we had to reconstruct homeschool records from somebody who the parent is no longer here. One that is a custody issue, one that is, you know, a deceased member, things like that. We have to prioritize those things and get these kids back on the path to success while they're trying to deal with a lot of chaos in their life too. So those things do get priority for me. And so if you feel a little bit like I've pushed you aside, that's not intended, but you know, some of these requests are not nearly as important. Another thing that gets a lot of priority for me is new members and prospective members. I try to be available to answer calls and emails, and help people get started in homeschooling, whether they choose SC Top or not. That's a huge thing for me. I want people to start off on the right foot. So, but returning members, I care every bit as much about you too. So definitely email me, ask me the questions. But a lot of people, and I feel like I've been living like in a Groundhog Day all summer long. I'm like, did I do this already? Did I answer this already? So some of the questions have felt repetitive to me, and it might not have been you asking the same question, but it felt the same as somebody else's question. And I might have thought it was the same question again from the same person. Yeah. So when you reply to an email that I said, here's the link to renew, and you ask me, how do you renew? It's not a high priority for me to get back to some of those things. I'm like, well, here's the link again. And I try to be kind about it, but you answered on an email that the answer was there, y'all. Some of them. And I get it, because I know I've done that too before, where I've asked questions like that. And I'm like, oh, the answer was right there. Oops. Other questions that people will ask is like that. How do I renew? And then I see, while I'm answering their email, I see their registration came through, and I'm like, well, okay, well, maybe I won't answer that one. So some of those you don't get, might not get responded to. So if you found the answer, you could shoot me an email and say, hey, oops, I found the answer too. That's okay. But I do, like I said, feel like I've lived in a Groundhog Day a lot this summer, because like even the schools are doing this. They want records from me, and they'll send it to my fax machine and all of my email addresses. So I'm looking at the same records request going, didn't I already send this to somebody? And then some of the questions have been doing that too. I'll get a Facebook post and a messenger and an email, and I'm like, okay, or a text alert. Like, I do have all those ways that you can contact me, but try to refrain from doing them all at the same time on me, because I get lost. So I get lost in the duplicates and replicates of things. So but if I don't answer, definitely try to reach out to me either again the same way you did the first time, or even shoot me an I got somebody that messaged me, I think last night, and said, you never answered my email. I swear I looked for that email. I didn't find it. So I don't know where it went. Miscommunications happen because of that too, that maybe it's still stuck in her inbox. I don't know where it is. I don't have it. It's not in my trash. I didn't even accidentally just dump it. So yeah. So if you feel miscommunication from me, and you feel like I'm not giving you the attention that you really need, follow up again. Give me another chance. Please give me another chance. A couple other things that I think are also worth mentioning is that I do get people who don't get me. They don't like the answers that I give them, and it comes up because I am your accountability partner. So there are expectations that people have of me, and there are things that I just don't do. I won't do that. I actually still get people who will register, get all the way through the registration process, and then say, now how do I log in and where do I get my assignments? They're expecting me to be their child's teacher for like $25 for the whole year. And I'm like, nah, no, I'm not doing that for you. And it frustrates them because I'm trying to empower you. You are the educator. You get to DIY your child's education. You pick and choose all the learning materials and activities. You are in charge of the pace and the schedule, and you keep track of the progress. And that's the other thing that people will want to do, is they expect me to like review all of their records, but they just send it to me and say, here's what we've done. Let me know if you need anything else. And I'm like, I don't mind giving feedback if you're worried about the content and details of your records, but I don't need you to send me all those. And then there are people who are like, where do I mail my records to? And I'm like, oh, please, I don't want all that. This is a pretty clean room here that I've got in my background, but you should see my office. I do not need your stack of stuff sent to me. Please don't do that. So, and if the schools send me their records, then I always forward those to you, because I don't need those things on file. I don't need your birth certificates, daily lesson plan. I don't need all that stuff. So, but it also comes up when people, want me to help them format something that it's not really an accurate reflection of what their child is really doing. And I have to say, I don't think this is right. This isn't, we want to set your child on a path to success and be accurate about what they've accomplished. And it comes in a lot more with people who have like honors students, and they want their child to have those extra opportunities. You have these goals set in mind, but we're pushing them hard for things that they don't necessarily need. And maybe they aren't really an honors student. And I have to ask those kinds of questions to them. But it's meant as a place from my heart to your heart. Is this really what's in their best interest? And I have also that same kind of issue that happens with people who are special needs, but they're not so special needs that it's like, are they on a diploma track or not on a diploma track? What are their goals after high school? And I've had some people who are just adamant that they need to be on a diploma track. But when I get the records from the school has already identified them not to be on a diploma track. And the credits that transfer in, you're so far behind. I have to be honest and tell you, this is what I think we should do. And this is the doors of opportunity that are open for them. There's opportunities for them with or without a diploma. So, those are just hard conversations. And again, I want to put your child on the path to success, but it's really hard when hopes of the future of what you had in mind for them don't pan out. And that's a hard thing when I have to stand there and say, but I don't think that's where we're going with this. And I've had parents that disagree with me, and they're like, I'll find somebody else who will help me then. And I'm like, I don't know what you're going to do, because the school already identified them. And it's hard. But anyway, but we have lots of things like that I just can't do, that limit my human limitations. And there are times when I can't get to your thing, and I have to put you off and say, I'm not in the office for the rest of however long, 2 or 3 days, and I'll get to it when I get to it. But quite frankly, I push myself pretty hard, and I try to do as much as I can every single day, weekends, vacations, all the time. I expect a lot from myself to meet you where you are. And get these things done for you. And so if I really tell you I can't get to it right now, there's a reason I can't get to it right now. It could be a priority thing, or it could be my own life, whatever it is that's got in the way, and we'll get to it as soon as possible. The other thing that people have a misunderstanding with me about where we rub is when you're too independent. I'm trying to offer you to help. Let me help you. I get myself in a lot of trouble offering to help sometimes. But I have expertise and experience and advice to offer you, especially when you're transferring into the other school system. And I know that it is the parents' right and their responsibility to maintain the records, and they should be able to format their own report cards and transcripts, and the schools should be able to accept them. But there's been too much fraudulent records in the past, and schools have gotten burned for it. Now, some of it with the public education, they just still don't respect us yet. And so we are building up our reputation and authority for them to say, oh, here's your records. Okay, fine. But I know the colleges definitely have come to that point where they've been burned before by transcripts that do not accurately reflect the students' abilities and accomplishments. And so I try really hard to make sure that I am up to date on all the things. I go to all the same guidance counselor meetings that the public schools go to. I go to, there's one from the Commission on Higher Education. There's one by College Board that offers all the high school testing. And there's another one called CACRO that is college admissions, guidance counselors at the college admissions. And it's a conference where they present to the high school counselors what the opportunities are, and things that new majors that they have, and all kinds of really cool stuff. And I go to all of those because I want the doors of opportunity to open for our graduates just the same as anybody else. And so it is your right, and you can prepare your own transcript. But I get into arguments sometimes with people about, just if you'll fill out this form for me for a report card request, it'll take me literally 2 minutes on the back end to format it for you. It's close to automated. I am mostly just proofreading it, and it doesn't take me any time, but it takes me a lot more time sometimes to convince people, just fill out this form. And they want to format something and send it to me and ask me to proofread it and fix it and stuff. And it's like, you've wasted a lot of time formatting stuff, but I could have just helped you. And then I have to take what you've formatted and input it into my form, which takes more time for me and also increases my likelihood of making some more errors that weren't there in the first place. So, yeah, so, and I do have a lot of advice and knowledge, and I'm here. I'm here to just help you with it. And a lot of you are really good at just asking and saying, what do I need to do? And I don't mind. We can schedule a Zoom call even sometimes with your student, if that helps, to go over your plan and your course of study. I would much rather get to help you at the beginning while you're still in the planning phases, and put some advice and resources into your hands that you didn't know about, than to wait till the end and say, but this is what they needed, and this is how it's supposed to be formatted, and this is what the school expects it to look like. So, and they still want stuff from us that we don't have too. They have forms. There's a couple of schools that keep saying when students are transferring, they want to withdraw a form from us. Like, you're supposed to fill out a special form for me in order to say you're not enrolled with us anymore. And I'm like, it's really a line in my spreadsheet that I go, not enrolled anymore, move to this list over here. But schools think that because that's how they do it, that everyone else is supposed to have it. And I'm supposed to provide them a copy of my list. And I'm like, I don't have a list. Take my word for it. They can go and be enrolled elsewhere. We're happy to help them with this transition, but come on. I don't need a form for that. But anyway, I hope that you will hear my heart and let me help you. Times are tough. Things are hard. They're hard. and I have good days and bad days too. I have upswings in my motivations and productivity, just like you do. So let's work together and give each other a break sometimes, okay? So, but if I've miscommunicated or been abrupt or harsh with you, definitely let me know, and let's fix it and move forward, because that's how we build trust. And I want you to trust that my heart is with you and with your child's best interest. So thank you so much for choosing SC Top, and we will talk to you again soon.